In this video, I'm going to be going from a level 1 noob all the way to a max level pro, but I'm only allowed to use fruits that I get from the fruit gacha. But in order to roll my first fruit, I'm going to need to be level 50. So first things first, I have to do a few things. Alright, so in order to do this challenge, I've gifted myself 2 times mastery so that I can level up all the fruits I get, and also 24 hours of double XP. So there we go, I claimed them, and now we're just going to activate the 24 hours of double XP. But before I can even roll my first fruit, I actually need to get to level 50. And there we go. Now I can head over to the jungle. All right, and starting on the jungle island, we have 3 quests we need to do. The monkeys, the gorillas, and the gorilla king. So I'm going to do those as quickly as possible. And there we go, there's the Gorilla King down. Which means we're on to the next island, which is just going to be the Pirate Village. Right now, the first quest on Pirate Village is obviously going to be these pirates. And honestly, after a few quests, it's already looking like I'm going to be able to get that first fruit. I'm steamrolling these quests right now. There we go. Now we can move on to the next quest, which is going to be the Brute. And if I'm correct, I think I can do these guys all the way till level 50, which means by the time I'm finished with this quest, I'll have my first fruit, which I'm so excited for. Beating people up with my fists is low-key not for me. I'm not a fan of it. And there we go, we just hit level 50, which means I can finally roll my first fruit. I'm so excited. All right, come on, Zeolus. Give me a really good fruit for grinding in the first sea. That'd be like pretty much any elemental, like an ice fruit, a light fruit, a Buddha would be insane, literally anything. And boom. Come on. Come on, please, something good. Rubber? No way, ice, ice, ice. Yes, we got the ice fruit. Oh my god. Yo, Loki, this is the most perfect fruit I could have gotten for the first sea. Because of course it's an elemental, which means enemies can't even hit me. I'm definitely going to eat this up right now. Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing some good-ass damage now. I'm going to be flying through these enemies. I'm not going to lie, this fruit is also so good for grinding. Because while you're attacking them with the M1, if you use the Z move as well, you do even more damage. So it's like you're killing enemies ridiculously quickly. Oh, I can go on to the next quest now. But I still have 6 more brutes to defeat, so I might as well defeat them first. And there we go. Now I can go on to the chef boss, who low-key I think is still going to be a piece of cake with this fruit. I just got to watch out for his attacks, because he could do a lot of damage like that. Oh, like that! Oh my god! He destroyed me! There we go, he's down. And we can also go to the next island now, which if I remember correctly, it's just the desert right there. But here in the desert, our first quest is going to be the Desert Bandits, who low-key are one of the best quests to farm in the entire game, because they're so close together. Alright, and there we go. We're on to the next quest, which is the Desert Officers. And if I remember correctly, we're going to be farming these guys all the way to level 90. And there we go. We just finished the island, which means I'm now onto my favorite island, the Frozen Village. And it's also kind of on theme too with the ice fruit. That's kind of cool. There's actually a few things I want to do at this Frozen Island. First, of course, I want to finish all these quests, but I also want to buy the 3 secret abilities that you can get on this island too. Alright, there we go. Next quest available. Which means we're now going to be beating up snowmen. That sounds kind of crazy, to be honest. I don't want to be beating up snowmen. But they give me so much XP. 150k. So they need to be beaten up, unfortunately, this time. Alright, and there we go. We're already onto the Yeti boss. Now, one of my favorite things about the ice fruit is it's obviously really good for grinding small enemies like these snowmen here. But what a lot of people don't talk about is how good the ice fruit is at bosses, too. Because literally all of its moves you can do from far away. So it's a super safe fruit to use against them. Unless he comes up and smacks you like that. And there we go. Yeti's down. And he gave me 5 levels. Oh my gosh. Well, now I'm just going to keep farming the snowman, I guess, until the next island. And there we go. Now we can head over to the next island. But of course, before I do that, I've got to buy these secret abilities in the cave. So if I talk to the ability teacher right here, he'll sell me air jump for 10k. Aura for 25k, and finally he'll sell me flash depth for 100k. But the next island is the Marine Fortress, so I'm gonna head over there. But here at Marine Fortress, the first quest is the Chief Petty Officers. This is low-key one of my favorite quests because they're so fast to farm. And there we go, that should be it. Now we can move on to the next quest, which is the Vice Admiral. If you guys don't know, this guy is insane for grinding. One, because he gives so much XP, and also, look at the money he gives, 15k. I'm literally gonna be rich after fighting this guy. Oh, if I can actually kill him, but there we go. And he respawns so quickly, literally 5 minutes and he's already back. Okay, not gonna lie, I was just thinking, I'm not gonna have enough money to get everything I need. So I think I'm gonna give myself the 2 times money game pass as well. And there we go. Just because low-key I need it. I only have 65k after farming from my last fruit. Alright, there we go. We can now head to the next island. But first things first, I think I'm going to go roll another fruit. And if you guys are enjoying the video, please make sure to subscribe, because I really want to hit 100k before the end of the year. Alright, Zeolus did us nice with the ice fruit last time, so hopefully he can give me something good again. Give me something insane. Please, Zeolus, please. A diamond fruit, maybe? Nope, a spin. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm definitely not eating this. Low-key, I almost forgot that I need to grab the black cape on Marine Fortress. So if you come into this pillar here and go in the little hole, you can talk to Parlus and obtain the black cape. I think it's for 50k. Yep, $50,000 and it'll give me it. And it's actually really good for the first sea because it gives you 100 health and energy and 5% damage, which, you know, doesn't really sound like much, but that definitely will add up over time. All right, now the first quest giver on the Sky Island is the Sky Bandits. And there we go, I just finished the quest. But anyway, the next quest is the Dark Masters. And I have to fight these guys all the way to level 190, and then I'm going straight to the prison. And there we go, I just finished the quest, which means I'm now heading to the prison, where the prison's like basically Diddy's lair. So I'm heading straight there. Wait, that sounds kind of crazy. I did not mean it like that. I did not actually mean it like that. But the first quest on the prison island is obviously going to be these prisoners. And there we go, the prisoners are down. Which means we're now on to the dangerous prisoners, who also should be low-key a piece of cake. All right, now moving on to the bosses. And that's going to be starting off with the normal warden. And there we go, that's the warden down. We should be on to the next boss now, which is just the chief warden, who's like literally just a little bit stronger than the normal warden, but barely. He's basically the same boss, just has a little bit more health. And there we go, that's the boss down. And there we go, now I can fight Swan. And honestly, I'm really hoping he drops his accessory, because his coat on his back, I need it. But there we go. And he didn't drop his cape. No, man. It's fine. All right, I can go to the next island. All right, now the first quest on this island is just going to be the Toga Warriors. And because the gladiators on the other side are so annoying, I'm literally just going to farm the Toga Warriors all the way through this island. All right, there we go. We're now on to the next island. That took me quite a while. But next we're going on to Magma Village. All right, but before I go to Magma Island, I'm going to quickly roll a fruit. And it better be a better fruit than the spin. Come on, please be something good. Please, Zeolus, please. A diamond? You know what? I'll take a diamond. I would have loved a magma or a rubber, but diamond is still a good fruit. Now, Magma Village is actually one of my favorite islands, but low-key, I think I'm going to buy a sword here first. So if you come to this wall here and walk right through wherever it is. Am I blind? Is it here? Here it is, yeah. If you walk through here, you can talk to the living skeleton, who has like the worst hair that I've ever seen. Look at this guy's hair, bro. But anyway, if you talk to him, you can buy the soul cane from him for 750k. And low-key, the soul cane is one of my favorite weapons, so I'm so happy that I was able to buy this. But anyway, the first quest on this island is going to be the military soldiers. All right, there we go. I just finished the first quest. But now I'm on to the Magma Admiral, and he drops the Magma Blaster, which is one of the best guns in the first sea. So hopefully I get it, but it is low-key a really low drop chance. Boom! Yeah, I most definitely did not get the Magma Blaster, bro. Oh, man, come on. All right, there we go. We're on to the next island. But before that, I think I'm going to do the Saber Puzzle to unlock Instinct. All right, so to start the Saber Puzzle, what you have to do is you have to come to the jungle and hit 5 switches. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, here's number 4, and over here is the final one. And then you have to go to the hut in the middle of the jungle island. And then on the wall, there should be a torch that you grab. All right, and then you have to bring this torch to the desert island and come in this little house right here with the red door, and you have to pick up this little cup. And then once you're at the frozen village, if you come in the cave, there'll be a little icicle here that's dripping water. So just let it fill up your cup and then take the cup all the way up here and give the cup full of water to the sick man because he's kind of thirsty. But then you have to head to Middletown to talk to his son, and he's going to go tell you to help him out because a mob leader stole all his money. So basically he's a brokey. All right, so you have to come to this little island and beat up the mob leader. He's only level 120, so it should be a piece of cake. Yup, just like that. But if we talk to the rich man again, he's going to give me this secret little relic, which you have to take to jungle. All right, so we're back at the jungle, and I just have to take this relic and put it in the door right here. And then I have to defeat Saber and steal his sword from him. But there we go. We defeated him and got the Saber Sword, which is one of my favorite swords in the entire game. But now if we head to Upper Skylands, we should be able to buy Instinct. So if I come up into this giant pillar here, this temple, you can talk to the Instinct teacher and unlock Instinct for 750,000, which obviously I'm going to do. It's a no-brainer. But anyway, now I'm on to the underwater city. All right, my first quest on the underwater city is going to be the Fishman Warriors. All right, there we go. That's the quest done. But now we're on to the Fishman Commandos. All right, there we go. I just finished the quest, which means I'm finally onto the boss of this island. But there we go, he finished the quest, and he didn't drop me his weapon again, bro. I gotta have like the worst luck in Blox fruits. This is insane. All right, there we go, we killed the boss. which means we're on to the next island, which should just be Upper Skylands. But first, I'm going to go roll a fruit really quick. Please don't scam me. Let's see. Ooh, a light fruit. I will take a light fruit. Let's go. Light. This low-key is an upgrade from the ice fruit. So I'm definitely going to eat this. Oh, yeah. Light has been activated. And if I kill a few monkeys, I unlocked the light flight move already. Wait, let's test it. Let's see how quick I can get to the Upper Skylands. Oh, yeah, that is so much quicker. Let's go. And there we go. Next quest available, which if we check with the mole, it's going to be the Shanders. And there we go. I just finished the quest. And now we're on to the Whisper boss. But there we go. We got him, but we didn't get the bazooka. Bro, I'm getting so unlucky with these boss drops. But anyway, now we're on the Royal Squads. All right, now we're on to the next quest, which is the Royal Soldiers. All right, there we go. Level 575. So now we can defeat the Thunder God. And Loki, I think I'm going to server hop until I get the Pole V1 because I want to get another weapon. All right. There we go. We should be at the next island. Yep, we are. Which means we're heading to Fountain City. And I killed him so many times and I didn't get his weapon. All right, now the first quest on the Fountain City island is going to be the Galley Pirates. And these guys should be a piece of cake with the light fruit. All right, this should be the last Galley Pirate. And there we go. We hit level 700, which means I can now go to the second sea. So first things first, you have to head to the prison. All right, once you're here, you talk to the military detective. And he'll give you this big key that you have to take all the way to the Snow Island. And if you take it to the Frozen Village, put the key in this little hidden door. Now you have to defeat the Ice Admiral. There we go. Now all I have to do is just talk to the detective again, and then I can head to the second sea. So if I talk to him, he's just going to yap a bunch, and he's going to tell me there's a captain in Middletown who can take me to second sea. So let's go find that guy right now. All right, I'm here at Middletown, and it should just be behind this yellow building here. Yep, there he is. All right, captain, take me to the second sea. And there we go. We made it to the second sea. And I'm about to take a quick break, so I'm going to roll a fruit first to see what I get. All right, come on, Ziolas. Give me a mythical to start off the second sea. Please, I'm begging. Boom. Please, 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 please. Oh, no. A blade. Oh my god, that's not a mythical. And that's not even worth eating. Yeah, best believe I'm not eating this to start off the second sea. All right, so it's the next day, so I'm going to roll another fruit before I even start grinding in the second sea. Hopefully I can get a mythical. I would love to change fruit just as I start. Come on. Oh, 3 mythicals in a row. Ooh, okay. Okay, a sand fruit, that's not bad. Again, it's not better for grinding than the light fruit, so I can't actually eat it. I can't bring myself to do it, but I'm actually starting to build up a little bit of a nice collection of fruits here. But I still don't have a single legendary. And of course, no mythics either. Getting a mythic would literally be insane. Over here's the first quest in the second sea, and it's the Raiders. All right, we're on to the next quest now, which is just going to be these mercenaries. And they shouldn't take me long either. I was speeding through that last quest with the light fruit. There we go, we just completed the quest. Which just means we have one last quest on this quest giver, and that's going to be Diamond, who hopefully I can actually take down with this light fruit. There we go. We just defeated Diamond. But I'm going to keep farming the mercenaries all the way until level 775. And then I should be on to the next quest giver. And there we go. We just finished the quest giver. But Loki, before I start on the next quest, I think I want to change my race. And in order to do that, I need 3,000 fragments. So I'm going to do a couple raids to see what I can get. All right, so I've got a bunch of my subscribers in this lobby. And they're going to help me with some raids. All right, here's the first raid. I got to be careful so that I don't die. All right, there's the first raid. All right, that's the second raid done. And there we go. That's the last raid done. So now we should be able to re-roll our race back at the cafe. So if we come up to this guy right here, Tort, give him my 3,000 fragments, he's going to re-roll my race. And we got Angel! Yo, let's go. That's kind of the one I was wanting. I'm going to have a fun time upgrading that to V3. But anyway, thanks to these 2 subscribers that helped me. And if you guys want to help or like... And if you guys want to help or participate in giveaways, make sure to join the Discord. I'll make sure to post it in the comments. All right, but our next quest that we have to do is the Swan Pirates. All right, I can do the next quest now. But as always, I'm going to stick to the Swan Pirates all the way to level 850 because the factory staff here are so slow to farm. And the Swan Pirates are literally, they're my favorite, so how can I cheat on them? I can't cheat on them. There we go, we hit level 850, which means we're finally on to the next quest, which is Jeremy. But before I do that, I actually want to get Angel V2. And to even start that quest, what you need to do is you need to finish the entire Colosseum quest. And to start that off, you need to talk to Bartilo here, and he's going to tell you that the Swan Pirates are raiding the town, and you have to defeat 50 of them, which is literally a piece of cake. And there we go. That's the 50 Swan Pirates down. So we have to talk to Bartilo again. And it's given me so many levels. Oh my god, that was literally like 7 or 8 levels. But now if I talk to Bartilo again, he's just going to tell me to find and defeat Jeremy, the Spring user. All right. And there we go. We defeated him. And he's going to yap about Swan, blah, 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 blah. We don't care, little bro. And now I have to head into Swan's house here. But anyway, if you come over to the table here, you have to remember this code. And you have to bring that code all the way into the Colosseum and put it in on the walls. So the code is Y, sideways 8. Then it's this C over here, S, M, F, H, and B. There we go. I'm now respected in this land. And I obtained the warrior helmet, which I think is low-key... No, I think the black cape is still better for me right now. But if I get a Buddha, that warrior helmet is definitely going to be better. Wait, what the heck? I'm wearing both accessories right now. Bro, I'm like dripped out. But now I can do the V2 quest. So first things first, I have to head over to Green Zone. All right, but here's the alchemist and you have to talk to him. And he's going to ask you to gather 3 flowers. And you can find 1 at nighttime, 1 at daytime, and 1 finally from killing enemies. Yep, there it is. There's the blue flower. All right, here's the yellow flower. Yo, it was in the first spot I checked. That's so lucky. But anyway, now we have to head back to the Alchemist and we can get the V2 of Angel Race. All right, there's the Alchemist. And if we talk to him, he's going to steal all my flowers that I collected and take 500k for me. But now I have Angel V2. But anyway, I'm going to keep farming until level 875. And then I can farm here in Green Zone. All right, there we go. We're on the next quest. So now I'm heading all the way over to Green Zone. But low-key, before I do that, I want to roll another fruit. Come on. Please, something good. A quake fruit? Hold on. I would normally eat this, but I need a legendary fruit to defeat Swan, so I'm gonna keep this one. But the first quest in Green Zone is the Marine Lieutenants. Not gonna lie, I need to get a job, bro. I was literally just sitting here thinking about what if I get a mythic for my next fruit. Literally fantasizing about like a kitsune or something. There we go, that's the first quest done. Which means we're now on to the Marine Captains. Alright, there we go, we just finished the quest. Which means I'm now able to fight the Orbitus boss, who, you know, better drop me the Gravity Cane. Alright. There we go, we got him. But we didn't get the Gravity Cane, of course. There we go, now level 950. Which means we're heading straight to Graveyard Island. But anyway, the first quest on this island is just going to be these zombies. Alright, there we go, we just finished the quest. So now we're on to the final quest of the island, the vampires. This is also my final quest with the light fruit. Ooh, the factory's being breached. Like, I know I can't use that fruit, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I just want to see what I get. All right, there we go. Oh, we got a flame fruit. You know, that's kind of cool. I honestly love the new flame fruit model. It looks so cute. But anyway, I'm going to go finish off this island. All right. There we go, level 1000, which means we've got to change our fruit and get Angel Race V3. And to start off getting Angel Race, first you have to defeat Swan. So I got to head to his mansion really quickly. Then I have to pull out this Quake fruit and give it to Trevor. There we go. And now we have Swan access granted, which means we can defeat him. And hopefully it's not too difficult with this light fruit. It shouldn't be though, because I am doing so much damage. Any second now. There we go. Secret NPC unlocked, which means we can now get V3 for Angel. So first things first, you have to come all the way over here to Arrow's cave, but below Diamond. And if you talk to Arrow, he's going to yap a bunch and tell you your quest. So for Angel, you need to talk to him again once you defeat one of your own kind, which means I need to defeat someone with the Angel Race. All right, this is a note from when I'm editing. I literally forgot to record me killing someone and getting the race. I'm so dumb. But anyway, now that I've got V3, like I said, I've got to get rid of my fruit. And I obviously can't eat the flame because I didn't get it from the gacha. So I think I'm going to eat Diamond because that's my second favorite fruit that I've got, apart from this light fruit. Let's eat it up. Diamond, the Minecraft fruit. There we go. Now, to be honest, this is actually my first ever time using this fruit, so hopefully it's pretty good. But we're going to be able to test it at Snow Mountain. Not going to lie, on this island, I usually only fight this first quest because it's so much more efficient just to defeat these guys. So the first one is going to be the Snow Troopers. And there we go, we hit level 1100, which means we're now onto the hot and cold island over there. But first things first, I'm going to go roll a fruit. All right, come on. This time is going to be a mythical. I'm begging you, Zeolus. Come on. Give me a good fruit for grinding. A bomb is not a good fruit for grinding, man. Oh my god, that's like literally one of the worst fruits I could have gotten. I am not using a bomb fruit, bro. So it looks like I'm going to have to use this diamond fruit at hot and cold. I was low-key hoping I could get something better than that, but, you know, it's okay. It's not the worst fruit. It's not the worst. But low-key, while I'm here at Hot and Cold, I'm actually going to grab a fighting style because I have so much extra money. I could go Water Kung Fu, I could get Electric, or Dark Step. I think I'm going to go with Electric because I've not used this one in so long. And it low-key fits the diamond fruit so well. I'm like fully blue right now. But our first quest at this island is going to be the Lab Subordinates, who shouldn't be too difficult to grind. right, there we go. We just finished the quest. Low-key, that one took longer than I thought it would. But now we're on to the Horny Warriors. That's definitely what they're called. All right, there we go. We just finished the quest. So now we're on the final quest of the cold portion of the island, which if we talk to the quest giver, it's the Smoke Admiral. Now, this guy actually drops my favorite weapon in the whole game, the Diddy Whip. So hopefully I can actually get it. Or like maybe I'm going to continue the theme of being the unluckiest boss drop player in the entire game. But hopefully not. But there he is. I actually read on the wiki that this fruit is insanely good for farming bosses, so I guess we'll see how good it actually is. And from the looks of it, this is looking insane. It was looking insane that far, but yeah, we died. We died pretty badly. All right, there we go. We just finished the quest, which means we're finally onto the hot side of the island, which is low-key the longer side. But I'm going to finish grinding this side of the island with these two quests, and then I'm going to move on to my next fruit. But that means we're starting with the Magma Ninjas. All right, there we go. We just finished the quest. And we got a title, the Mercenary. I guess that's for hitting level 1200. But now I've got to farm the Lava Pirates for 50 levels, and then I can finally switch off the Diamond Fruit. And also go to the Cursed Ship, where you can get some of my favorite weapons. All right, there we go. We hit level 1250, which means we can finally switch off this Diamond Fruit, bro. It's low-key felt like I've been using this fruit forever. And we're finally getting off it. Bro, the one time I didn't actually record my rolling, I got a Spider Fruit. Oh my God. Look, I can even drop it. I actually rolled this and I didn't record it, bro. Right, well, this is definitely an upgrade over the flame fruit, so I'm eating it. I'm excited to actually have a good fruit to use now. I've not used spider fruit in literally years. But anyway, let's go keep grinding at the Cursed Ship, and hopefully I can unlock all these moves pretty quickly. All right, there we go. We just hit the next quest, which is the Ship Engineers. All right, there we go, and I just finished the Engineers. So now I'm on to the next quest giver in the Cursed Ship, which is just this guy right here. And to start off, I'm going to be doing the Ship Stewards, who are these chefs in here, in this room. They're cooking up a storm in here, I think. There we go. I just finished the quest. All right, there we go. Now we're on to the next island, which is the Ice Castle. Thank God I'm finally off this area because it's so dark. When it turns nighttime, I can barely even see anything. All right, now the first quest on the Ice Castle Island is going to be the Arctic Warriors. All right, there we go. Now we're on to the next quest, which is just going to be these Snow Lurkers who I have to fight until level 1400. And there we go. We just finished the quest. So now we're on to the final quest, the Ice Admiral. And there we go, we just killed the boss. And there we go, we can go to the next island now. But now on the Forgotten Island, the first quest that I'm going to be doing is the Sea Soldiers. All right, here's the last two Sea Soldiers. And there we go, now I can move on to the next quest, which is the Water Fighters. And low-key, I don't like fighting the Tide Keeper, so I'm going to farm these guys all the way to level 1500, which should get me to the third sea. All right, here's the final Water Fighters. And there we go. I just hit level 1500, which means I can now go to the third sea. But first things first, the factory's being breached, so I kind of want to see if I can get a good fruit from it. And there we go. Oh my God, we got a spin. That is literally terrible. So I'm going to put it on this table with the rest of my terrible fruits. This is like the bad fruit table, bro. All right, in order to go to the third sea, you need to come to the Colosseum here. Come back inside this little room and talk to King Redhead. And he's going to have you defeat Indra. All right, there we go. Now we have to talk to Mr. Captain at Green Zone. But before I do that, I'm going to quickly roll a fruit because I need a good fruit to go into the third sea. Come on. Spirit! Oh, we actually got a mythical! No way! A spirit fruit! I mean, it's not the best for grinding, but that's insane. I can definitely not complain about rolling a spirit. That's like insanely lucky. My first mythical of the run. Ooh, okay. And now I've got this little angry guy here and this happy guy here. All right, so apparently with this fruit, you want to click whenever this bar is in either the blue or the red. Oh, and it spawns helpers. Okay, I guess this is like a good way to do damage. I'm guessing these guys do the damage. This freaky looking dude right here. But anyway, I'm going to grab the first quest, which is just going to be the Pirate Millionaires. Okay, I only have a few of the moves unlocked for the spirit fruit, but I think I've got a good combo. So what I do is I grab all of the enemies together, and then I spawn 4 evil spirits, just like that. Use the X move, and then the Z move. And that pretty much one-shots them. I think that's my combo. And I still have 2 more moves to unlock, so I'm going to do even more damage when I unlock them. But for now, I'm onto the Pistol Billionaires. All right, there we go. We're on to the next quest. I was farming the Billionaires, but to be honest, with this Spirit Fruit, the Pirate Millionaires are better to farm. But now we're onto the Stone Boss, and I'm actually curious how this fruit's going to do against a boss, so hopefully it's pretty good. He's literally not even hit me once. But there we go. That was so easy. There we go, we're on to the next island, which is Hydra Island. And luckily, because of the spirit fruit, I can just fly there on my little evil guy. I love this fruit, it's so cute. But the first quest on this island is going to be the Dragon Crew Warriors, who should be really good with the spirit fruit because they're all so close together. And that's low-key the most important thing for this fruit. All right, there we go. I just finished the quest, which means I'm now on to the next one, the Dragon Crew Archers, who I have to farm until level 1625. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. All right, there we go. I just finished the last quest, which means we're actually heading to Hydra Town now. And the first quest of this quest giver is going to be the Hydra Enforcers. Low-key with the V move, this fruit is pretty good. You do like half their health with the V move, and then finish them off with the others. But all right, now we're on the next quest, which is the Venomous Assailants. All right, there we go. Now I can fight the boss, who hopefully shouldn't be too difficult while using the spirit fruit. And there we go. That was not hard at all. But anyway, I'm going to keep farming on this island until level 1700, and then I'm going to roll a fruit. All right, there we go. We just finished this island. So now I have to head to Great Tree, but before I do that, I'm going to roll a fruit. I'm praying for a good fruit. No, a bomb fruit, bro. That is not a good fruit. I can't use that in the third sea. This thing is trash. All right, the first quest on the Great Tree Island is the Marine Commodores, who are just these guys over here. All right, there we go. I just finished the quest, which means I'm on to the second quest of Great Tree, which is just going to be the Marine Rear Admirals. And low-key, these guys should be even easier with the spirit fruit. There we go. I just finished the quest, which means I'm now on to the final quest of the Great Tree Island, which is going to be the boss. And there we go. I killed the boss, and he takes 30 minutes to respawn, so I'm probably not going to get another chance to defeat him. All right, there we go. I just finished the Great Tree Island, which means I'm now onto the Turtle Island. All right, and the first quest on this island is going to be the Fishman Raiders, which is these creepy-looking zombie dudes right here. There we go. I just hit the next quest. But before I do that, I'm gonna roll a fruit. A spin fruit, bro? Are you kidding me? That's like the worst fruit I could have possibly gotten. Bro, I just spent like a couple hours rolling because I was sick of the spirit fruit. And I rolled a Buddha. I did roll a sand, a flame, and a spin first, but I finally got a Buddha, bro. I was hoping for like a pain fruit, a gas, a tiger yeti, or kitsune, or a control, but I would definitely take a Buddha because even though it's not that rare, it's still one of the best fruits for grinding. So I'm definitely eating this thing. Let's go. Oh. I did not expect my guys to explode like that. But anyway, now we got Buddha. This should hopefully be getting a little bit quicker. Since I just got Buddha, I don't think I'm going to stay on electric. So if I come to the castle in the sea and check these guys, I'm honestly going to switch to water kung fu because it's the best fighting style for Buddha. And I actually haven't used any of the DLC codes. So if I put in this code, I get a stat refund as well. So I'm going to max out melee and then put the rest of the points in defense. And now I should be doing so much damage with this water kung fu. All right, there we go. We just finished the Buddha raid. So if I come up to this guy right here, I can awaken it for 500 fragments. And there we go. Oh my god, look at all those titles that we got. We got 5 titles. So anyway, now I have awakened Buddha, which means I'm going to be grinding so quickly. But now that I've got Buddha, the next quest that I'm going to be doing is the Fisherman Captains. And these guys should literally be a piece of cake with this because it's so OP for grinding. Whoa! Oh my god, what just happened? They just shot me flying. I wish I recorded more of that. These guys are crazy, bro. All right, there we go. I can head on to the next quest giver now. Not gonna lie, bro. It's always so satisfying getting max in a stat category. I've almost got defense max as well now as melee. And then I think I'm going to do sword next because I do have this soul cane. But now we can do the forest pirates. I've been grinding for so long today that Duolingo's been like messaging me constantly, bro. The Duolingo bird is actually evil, I swear. He needs to leave me alone. Please. All right, there we go. I'm on to the next quest, which is going to be the mythological pirates now. All right, there we go. I just finished the quest. And now I think, yep, I've got defense up to max level. So I'm going to start putting my points into the sword stat. But now I can fight Captain Elephant. Oh man, I didn't get the twin hooks. You know what? It's fine. But now I've got to keep grinding until level 1900. And then I can go to the next quest giver. Holy voice crack. That was terrible, bro. I've been playing Blox for way too long. I'm going crazy. All right, there we go. We're on to the next quest giver, who's the final one on Turtle Island. And the first quest is the Jungle Pirates, who are just down here by all these pineapples. The pirates are approaching the castle, so I'm going to kill them and see what fruit I get. And it's going to be... Ooh, a creation fruit. This is one of my favorite looking fruits. It looks like a Rubik's Cube. I'll definitely store this. That's a really cool fruit to have. All right, there we go. Next quest available. We're on to the Musketeer Pirates now. Whoa! What the hell? I just bounced in the air. Oh my god. What is wrong with the Buddha fruit right now? I just defeated an elite pirate and I got this black cape. Yo, and this stat's actually really good for Buddha. I'm wearing this. And it looks kind of sick with my angel fruit too, not gonna lie. All right, there we go. We're on to the next quest, which means we can fight the beautiful pirate. Just like that. All right, there we go. Next quest available. But first things first, I'm going to roll a fruit. Come on. Mammoth! Oh, a gravity! Oh my god, we got a gravity fruit. No way. Oh, let's go. Oh my god. I'm definitely storing this. Dude, this fruit is so cool. I'm so happy I got it. I think I'm going to eat it for the last island, though. I'm going to save it for now. Oh my god, I can't believe that. But first things first, I need to head to Haunted Castle. But all right, the first quest on the Haunted Castle is the Reborn Skeletons. I'm basically fighting the skull emoji right now, bro. That's literally what I'm doing. All right, we're on to the next quest now. I finally finished the skull emojis. But now I'm fighting the living zombies. There we go, I'm on the next quest. And there's only 2 more quests on this island, starting with the demonic souls. All right, there's the first quest, and there's the second quest. But now I'm going to head all the way to the Sea of Treats for my next quests. All right, but now in the Sea of Treats, the first quest I got to do is the Peanut Scouts. I don't know why these guys are Peanut Scouts. They have nothing to do with peanuts, apart from all the huge peanuts everywhere. All right, there we go. We're on to the next quest, which is now the President of the Peanuts. I don't know why these quests are named like this, bro. Why are these guys all the president? Like, what's going on? And with these 2 peanut presidents, I've finished the island. So now we're just onto this island here, where there's 4 quests that I need to do. Starting with the Cookie Crafters. Oh, wait. I'm so stupid. It's the wrong island. It's this one, where the Cake Queen is. I'm going crazy, bro. I'm going crazy. But the first quest here is the Ice Cream Chefs. There we go. That's right. And there we go. Now we're on to the next island. And yo! Oh, we got the Buddy Sword. Oh, yeah. Let's go. This is one of my favorite swords in the whole game. We finally got a boss drop. Oh, I did not mean to fall. But anyway, now we're onto this island. Finally. And I think we should be on this island until level 2300. So I gotta be grinding for a while. Starting with the Cookie Crafters. All right, there we go. We finished the Diddy Crafters. So next we're on to the Cake Guards. All right, there we go. We just finished the quest. So now we're on to all these bakers over here. The baking staff and the head bakers. So let's just quickly get through these guys as fast as possible. All right, there's the baking staff finished. There we go. We just finished this island. But before I start that, I'm going to quickly roll a fruit. Hopefully it's a good one. Come on. Come on, please. Please, please. Oh my god. We got one of a blizzard again. I would have loved a blizzard fruit, bro. That would have been insane. But instead, we got this stinky ice fruit that I can't even use. But anyway, I got to head back to the next quest now. But all right, the first quest on this island is the Cocoa Warriors. And I'm going to go through this island as quick as possible for you guys because it's pretty much just the same quests over and over and over again. There we go. That's the first quest done. Oh, the pirates are approaching the castle. And come on. Ooh, a portal fruit. Yo, this is a cool fruit to get. I'm definitely storing this, bro. This account's slowly stacking up some insane fruits. We've got a gravity, a portal, a creation. I'm low-key getting so rich. Right, there we go. Now we're on to the North Pole. And I got the title, The Glorious. Yeah, that's me. I'm glorious, bro. I'm glorious. But now I'm fighting the Diddy Pirates. And there we go. We just finished the Snow Diddies. So now I'm on to the Snow Demons. They're going demon time on me. Bro, I'm going crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going crazy. Come on. There we go. We're on to Tiki Island now, which I'm so happy about because I hate the Sea of Treats. I'm getting out of here ASAP. But the first quest on the Tiki Island is the Isle Outlaws. And then straight after that, I have to also do the Island Boys. And with this enemy, I'm on to the next quest on Tiki Island, which is just going to be these sun-kissed warriors. And speaking of kisses, why am I so close to this dude? I'm giving him a kiss. Oh, hell nah. All right, one of my subscribers just spawned in, the Tyrant of the Skies, so we're going to defeat him real quick. All right, there we go. We just defeated the Tyrant of the Skies, which means when we get to the right level, we can actually now go to the submerged island. But that's still like 100 levels away. So I've just got to keep farming. All right, there's the first one. So now we're on to the Isle Champions. All right, there we go. That's the next quest available. And now we're on the final quest of Tiki Island, which is the Serpent Hunters. And then after that, we're going to do the Skull Slayers and finally head to the final island, the submerged island. All right, there we go. Now we can head to submerged island. So if we come down here to the submarine, I can take the submarine all the way to submerged island. And here we are, the final island. And the first quest on this island is going to be the Reef Bandits, who are just down here on the ocean floor. All right, there we go. We just finished the first quest. So now I'm straight onto the Coral Pirates. And there we go. Now I'm on to the next quest giver on the submerged island, which is the Sea Chanters, and then I have to move on to the Ocean Prophets. All right, just finished the new to max. If you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe. And we're also doing a giveaway for a permanent kitsune in my Discord, so if you want a chance to win that, make sure to join.